James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, I have footage from a passerby, and it looks like someone's been messing with the footage. I've got a footage of the actual shootout in D.C. I don't see any shots fired, but let me show you what disappears and what frames are missing. Crazy, crazy. I've got it slowed down to a quarter speed here so that we can all see what happens. You can see that this gentleman has a pistol in his hands, and those are your two. Now watch. Right here, it has something. He runs up, he hits this. Something big and black, right there, big and black like a long rifle. And then it turns into, they cut the frame, it turns into a phone or maybe a gun. I don't know. Watch that again. Obviously, we have to figure out who took this footage. They're engaging here, right? Which shouldn't have been a problem. How do you miss from 10 feet? Especially with the F&N that they gave these guys. And then you can see that right there. Now watch, this guy comes running around. There's two of them here. He hits the thing there, and when the guy, he disappears. What is in his hands there? It looks like a long gun, but then look, they cut the video. Someone cuts the video, and all of a sudden, he turns into a, I don't know, because this is the guy with the pistol, I believe, here. Unbelievable footage here. Let's see, this is the guy here, yeah, with a pistol here. What happened to the other guy? Watch this in his hands again. This is the guy here that I think takes, that guy right there is the one. Look, what was that? It looks like a walkie-talkie, but it disappears. Maybe it's still there. There's a black thing. What is he on his cell phone for? Or does he have a gun jam? It's very hard to tell. I think we have a walkie-talkie is what we've got here that looks like a long gun. And I think we have a gun jam, not a cell phone. Well, obviously, how does he get this? This is the shooter here in black. How does he run around this close to these people and then miss? I don't get it. This guy, look, I'm not sure. There he is right there. There he is right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, was completely the strangest sequence I've ever seen. So this guy's obviously engaging. He might be one of the ones that ends up passing here. No, he's not, because when we get up to the curb, he's going to still be there. And you see on the ground there are two National Guardsmen. How do they let him run up next to them here? He hits that. Then he goes in there, and this guy, I guess that's a walkie-talkie, starts running. Then they cut the film. It turns into a cell phone. You see they cut the film. It's the only place that they've cut the film. The other strange thing is this guy's on top of him here. What happens to him? And why isn't he on the pavement with the other two if he's on top of them? Another, well, FBI, CIA special here. Those are our two guardsmen there down. Watch him. Here comes one running around. He looks like, I don't know, this guy, instead of firing, he ran away, but this guy's right behind him with the revolver. What does he run away for? And what was that in his hands? It looked like, let's watch again. Very hard to see what's going on here. Obviously, when they get there, they're ducking. And this guy is already, well, I don't see the suspect. Watch the suspect run around right where he is, and somehow in that little hole between the sign and the building, he runs right through there. Watch. So we know the other guy's right there. Now look, he runs right where that guy with the pistol is. Right where he is. That's impossible. Now we're going to see that guy there. He just reappears there, right? Reappears. But the guy had to squeeze through this little hole here. And, I mean, this is almost as good as the ISS footage, right? except for we know this one's altered. So he had to squeeze between that sign and this officer here, and then he doesn't end up on the ground. I don't know what's going on. Why does this guy run away? Those weapons have around 18 rounds, maybe more. Should be able to reload that magazine, little revolver with 6 rounds. Strange stuff. The question is how do they disappear and reappear? That's the real question. You can see he completely reappears there. Reappear. Hits the sign. Now this guy leaves with, I guess that's just his walkie-talkie, but it disappears. It looks like he's on a phone. I guess he's got a gun jam. He doesn't know how to do the jam. Those guns don't jam, guys. And then the shooter runs around right next to this guy. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. Anyway, the latest and greatest. More cuts. It shouldn't be there. Cuts in the film. I'll show you the cuts here. First off, why does he hit there? And then he takes the position. This guy runs. And then look right behind him. There's Ali Akbar there with the revolver. And then the guy, he should have shot him in the back here, but there he's reappeared. As soon as the camera comes on, he reappears right there, next to right where the Afghanistan ran by on the right. None of this makes any sense. Y'all, please. And there he is right there, but he disappeared for so long. This is some strange stuff here. Watch. Hits the sign. He's the one that runs in there, so he must draw at this point. This guy runs away. There's the guy already on top of him. He could get him easily right there. And then there's nobody there, but look. He reappears. There he is. He reappears. That guy had to run between him and the sign right there. And him, I don't know what occurred. I have no idea. I guess Ali Akbar ran out of bullets. And these guys got lucky. That's all I can figure here. That'd be the only thing that I can make sense. But how do they disappear and reappear? Disappears. Ali Akbar. This guy's on a phone now. And we got to figure out who took this. And he reappears. Gosh help me. Please let me know what you think's going on here. It looks like more AI or more whatever they need to make it appear real. Unless Ali Akbar ran out of bullets. Could be the only thing that could have allowed this to play out like it did. And the guy that was retreating had a jam. That's my best guess. God bless, guys. Share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.